Things are lively in Russia itself. There, as they say, there's still horror in Korokovnitsy. Now, they've legislatively banned Satanism there. But of course, this is being done at the behest of the Russian Orthodox Church. That's not surprising. Have you seen the priests' hats, the ones called mitres? A mitre weighs about 1 kilogram. And if the mitre has a lot of gold, precious stones, and enamel inlays, its weight can reach up to 2 kilograms. And it turns out that pulling the mitre very tightly down over the head, almost to the eyebrows, really does contribute to some remarkable deviation. And Gundyaev constantly demonstrates this because the Russian church he leads has admitted that its reserves of strategic grace are insufficient to shame Satan and his host. Their prayers are powerless. In other words, neither Athonite incense nor the Panagia help. And in this regard, Kirill asked that Satan be recognized as a subject to legal prosecution and his horned host as an extremist organization to be fought by the Ministry of Internal Affairs, the FSB, the Federal Penitentiary Service, and so on and so forth. So it's clear that, well, as always, everything is very amusing and absurd. Moreover, to be fair, we can't say that the Putin regime and the Kremlin are always lying about everything. No, that's not the case. When it comes to elections, the Kremlin has finally stopped being embarrassed, has finally stopped putting on airs and being hypocritical. Now, it openly and honestly states that in the upcoming and significant State Duma elections, it will certainly carry out a comprehensive rotation of its members and policies. 100 current deputies will be removed from their positions, and in their place, 100 SVO participants who have been actively involved will come in, take their designated seats, and subsequently become new deputies. Moreover, the selection of SVO participants for the Duma will be extremely strict. Yes, it's clear that most of them have criminal records with serious charges. But even if someone is a serial killer, the rule is that there shouldn't be more than 5 victims. If there are more than 5, then they're not suitable to be a deputy. And of course, preference will be given to one-legged individuals with Russian surnames, preferably bald. Gold teeth are not prohibited. Literacy is absolutely not required. Well, first of all, they will undergo a 2-month training course. During these 2 months, they will be taught the purpose of a urinal and a necktie. And perhaps they'll be taught various subtleties. There aren't that many, for example, they'll be forbidden from coaxing Tereshkova into oral acts, taking advantage of her forgetfulness. At the very least, they'll be told not to do so in the hall or the cafeteria, and generally to keep themselves under control. In other words, the Kremlin isn't hiding the fact that this is not an election at all, but rather a deliberate, carefully calibrated, and rehearsed rotation carried out at its behest.